Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Maskerade #1. This is a new book from Dark Horse Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team because that's a really big part of the reason I picked this up and I'm reviewing it. This book is co-written by Kevin Smith and Andy McElfresh. So Kevin Smith of Kevin Smith fame podcast, Masters of the Universe, Clerks, all that good stuff. Andy McElfresh is one of the he's a writer, but also one of Kevin's co-stars on one of the podcasts. One of the 1,000 podcasts that Kevin has. We also have art by John Springelmeyer, colors by William Briscoe, and letters by Andrew Thomas. So in this book, Masquerade, which is a really interesting title, when I was looking for assets for the video, I kept misspelling the title because I don't think that's how you spell. I mean, that's definitely spelled in a different way. Whatever. In this issue, Felicia Dance is hiding in plain sight. The provocative social media star and shock TV sensation has one of the most recognizable faces in the world, so she can't capture and kill the butchers who murdered her little brother and experimented on Felicia like a lab rat when she was a child. Not unless she looks like someone else. The face of justice is reshaped forever in Masquerade, an exciting new vigilante comic series from writers Kevin Smith and Andy McElfresh, an all-new sci-fi crime drama from the writer and filmmaker Kevin Smith and Andy McElfresh. Yeah, really, really interesting stuff. Let's take a look at some of the art, and we'll talk a little bit more about this book. So, this book has a lot going for it. I think the premise is interesting. The world that it's being built here, and I really like these opening pages. I think the art is really intriguing here in these first opening pages with the rain, kind of like meeting these, like just seeing the city be built. The city is pretty much the first character that's been introduced, right? And then we kind of get into the thick of it. It almost feels to me like it feels like it has the feeling of a detective noir, but like in this new, more cyberpunkish type of world. It's kind of weird. It's a really interesting mix of genres to me. I don't know if that was the intent of the writers, but that's what I got out of it. And then we get to the crux of it. We see this young lady until we realize maybe she's not as young as we see here. Uh, Jump off that building, and no one really knows what's going on. Uh, Next, we get introduced to some of the characters that we'll be following throughout the series. I will say this book has a lot of I I don't know if the artist was referencing people in specific, but every few pages I noticed that one of the characters kind of looks like somebody in the internet, or somebody that I kind of know, and maybe they're Kevin Smith's friends, or maybe they're people that the team knows, and they're in there intentionally. That was a little bit distracting. Once you meet our titular character, I think if you're a big fan of just nerddom in general, in the internet space, you'll probably recognize who that looks like, or at least who it may be inspired by. So I think the premise is very interesting, super solid. The art, it sometimes is a little bit distracting with the references, but the colors are amazing. I really like the way we go from this, like I said, if it almost feels, it's weird to call something a noir that has color, right? Which is why I call it a mix of genres. So that was fun. So I think I'll definitely keep buying this book, and I think I'm gonna read it. It's only gonna be, I believe, 4 issues, 4 or 5 issues. So I'll probably read this more in the trade form, at least get all the issues out together, because I think it'll pay off that way a little bit more. It definitely feels more like this was something that maybe could have been an idea for an OGN, but because of the comics, comics are the way they are. So this is really fun. This is all from Smith's new imprint that's teaming up with Dark Horse, so that's really cool to see. So I'm very excited to see more of this stuff, and then just more comics by Smith and maybe some of the collaborators that he's going to be working with under that new imprint. Overall, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, it's not something that's at the top of my pile, but I definitely want to get around to it. So really, really fun stuff. So as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.